Hi, welcome to Irish Angling Adventures. I'm fishing Mark here today on the Shannon looking for thornies and conger. Baits I'm going to be using are a mixture between bluey, squid, sandeel and squid. This mark I haven't fished before, it's a new mark to me. I was going to fish a mark previous, or down the road a small bit more, but when I got there was people fishing it already, so I decided to move up to this mark. So here I imagine there should be a good few thornies, very few conger, if it's the same ground as the mark down the road, which I believe it is looking at the foreshore. It's a mixture between mud and weed. The tide is just starting to come in, so it's coming from left to right. The current or the tide today isn't massive. It's 3 days off of spring, so it's coming down, but they're not huge springs, so the current shouldn't be too bad. At the moment on my right hand rod I have a up and over rig baited with bluey, and on my left hand rod here I have an up and over rig also with a full dirty squid. So both of them, they're not at massive distance, they're just casted out a bit, but they're only, I'm just on first cast now. I'm about to rig up a small scratching rod just to throw in amongst the weeds here, to see what our species are floating around, see what smaller ones are here. I'm going to fish it. It's now 6 o'clock, well it's 6:30. I'm going to fish this till maybe about 11 or 12 tonight. So I'll be fishing over high and back down a small bit. The weather today isn't great for fishing. It's blowing southeasterly and it's quite strong. It's kind of force 4 gusting to force 5s. As the session progresses, I show you how I'm baiting up and a few of the tactics I'm using. When I get fish, I will show you what I got and how I got them. So hopefully it won't take too long until I get something. So for any angler that doesn't fish strong currents or is just starting out fishing strong currents or big tides and are having issue with leads popping out, this may be a trick for you. So when you buy a lead, it generally comes with the legs bent at this angle when you get it. So this is a trick that was shown to me by one of my buddies, Garrod, who fishes the Shannon quite a lot. So when you get the lead, bend the legs out a small bit more, so you're bending them almost flat, so you can see the difference there. So just bend them flat so you can see they're in almost a 90-degree bend. So do that to all of them. So once they're all bent out, then what you're going to do is, so you just push them in just so they grip up a touch more. So when they're in like that, they're obviously not going to grip as well. So what you're going to do is bend in maybe 2 mil of the tip of the wire. So and bend it towards the top of the lead. So you're bending this piece of wire that way, so it's basically an L at the bottom of the lead. So all you have to do is grab maybe 1 to 2 mil and just make sure you bend it in the right direction, so you have this shape. So you can see the difference between the two of these. So one is straight and one is bent. If you just go around and do that to all the legs, and you'll be surprised how much just that bit of a modification will make to gripping in a fast tidal current. So I just had this small little strap conger, more of a bootlace than a strap, just on a small scratching rig I had in close, just on a piece of squid. So that is alright, at least it's a fish. So I'm just going to release him there now and carry on. So I'm just going to go through how, oh, my fish. So I have a thorny, I believe, on here at the moment. He's like an okay thorny. This is taken on Mackerel Bluey cocktail. Feels like a decent fish. Take it at maybe 50-60 yards, nothing mental. Just trying to stay out of the main current. I should be coming up here now in a second. Oh. good fish, he's fighting well. Get him up here now because there's stones in close. Where are you? Where are you? Woo, it's a decent party. So, here's a lovely first, here's 10 pound 11 ounces. So I'm very happy with that. Taking on a Bluey mackerel cocktail. Not too much range, so I'll just get her back here now and hopefully there'll be another one soon. So I'm just going to show you how I bait up for thornies. So what I'm going to do first is cut off about this much of the fish, or of the mackerel. So just cut that down, nice fillet. Then what I do is just cut that up the center. So cut that away up. I just like a nice sausage bait for fishing. So after I cut that, I then cut a strip of squid to match the size of the mackerel. So I'll just cut that up. So once that's cut, I then use this. This is just a piece of PVC pipe that I use. All it is a piece of quarter-inch PVC cut in half, and then I just sand it down to make it smooth. So what I'm going to do then is I get a piece of mackerel. So I go thick end first, then I grab a hook. So I have a little notch there that I just stick my hook into, if you can see. Probably having that on white doesn't help. So put my hook in, so facing down. Once that's in, I then hold it tight here. Then I put thin end to thick, so this way. So once that's there and I have it all tight, I then get my elastic and I make that into a lovely aerodynamic sausage. Then before I'm finished, I'll grab my piece of squid. I'll just lay the squid on top, like so. And then again, just grab my elastic and bind all that down. And then to get it off, all I do is just grab here and just pull. It just comes off in a lovely sausage. So just grab my top hook with my pennel, wrap it around 2 or 3 times, stick it in. So I like to keep my hooks opposite ways, so you can see. So that's how I bait up for thornies. So I have another ray on here. I just saw the rod bounce out and then tighten up again. It's a nice slow bite, slowly pulled over, so classic thorny bite. Feels like another good fish. This one this time was taken on a mackerel squid cocktail. You can see the ray on the surface, and feels like another good ray. Again, that was taken on mackerel and squid. So I'm just trying to see where I can land that fish. So I'll just come over here. So this fish again, taken right in the mouth with it, perfectly hooked, lovely female. So I just weighed this female. She's actually 11.2. Very nice fish. She has her tail is malformed. It looks like it's been broken at some point. If you can see there, it's all twisted. I've never seen that before. It may have been caught in a net when it was younger. But again, it's a lovely, lovely female. Taken again on mackerel squid cocktail. So I'll just release her now and get back to it. So it's just coming up to 10 o'clock now. Fishing has really slowed down. I haven't had a bite or any interest in a long time. Baits are even coming in perfect. The crabs have just stopped. I don't understand why. I was putting in the odd crab every so often baiting up, but my baits are absolutely perfect now at the moment. I'm hoping within the next hour, once the tide starts turning again and a bit of water starts moving, that the fish will come on again. For the last hour it's been very slack, so I'm hoping just as it starts to flow again, it'll start turning the fish on. The weed now actually is just starting to move through. The wind, as it's blowing southeasterly, is blowing everything that way down the channel. Well, more or less that way. So I'm starting to get the odd bit of weed pull across, but it's not too bad. I can pop it off the line pretty easily, but I know once the tide actually turns and it's tied with wind, it's going to get worse as it all comes down. Out here for another hour. Fishing doesn't improve. I'm going to slip off and try for conger, but I'll update before I head. So I'm just about to finish the session up here now. I'm on last cast. I'm going to be heading home. I don't expect to get any fish on this cast. Just going by previous experience, I haven't got a fish on the last 4 or 5. There's a shower just moving in now, which I wasn't hoping on. So I'm just going to get my gear packed away and start heading off now. If you liked the video, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.